Hello everyone, I'm Paddy from Creative Media, and today, in a change from the usual technology-based and music-based videos, we're here to taste some eggs. I'm here with super taster Amanda from Bristol, who is a bit of an expert on chocolate, and we'll be giving some opinions on a range of filled eggs just in time for Easter. So, what have we got here?
Well, this is a selection of eggs we could find in our local co-op supermarket. It was initially inspired by this egg, which is a filled egg full of mousse, and you can lift off the top and eat the middle, and that really excited me. We thought that we would sample a few other eggs and see how they compare. So shall we get started, Paddy?
Yeah, let's try some eggs.
Well, the first egg I'm going to try is a Thornton's caramel melt. This is one of the more luxury end of eggs. If I open the egg, so inside this one's quite plain, there's no decoration on there. What I'm going to do, Paddy, is I'm going to slice the egg and we're both going to try a little bit.
Excellent.
Now that's quite soft and caramel.
That's quite a gooey egg.
This is quite a gooey
like
egg.
a real egg almost.
In that sense, yes. I mean, one of the categories we're looking at is how like an egg they are and how like an egg you could actually eat it. Can I give you this smaller bit, Paddy?
And that's fine with me. Doesn't it get
Just try
egg
not
all
to
over
get egg
me?
everywhere.
Or caramel, I should say. Thank you very much.
And I'm going to have a little bit of this.
It's very sticky. I think I'm just going to have to throw that all in one go.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, this has this can certainly a very slightly stale smell to it when you sniff it. You may not have got that just putting it all in your mouth in one go.
No. That tastes good to me. A bit salty. I know salted caramel's very popular at the moment.
So you've got a very sweet shell, but a pleasant sweet. It tastes quite a lot of cocoa in there. And you're right, there's a little hint of salt to the caramel. It's not what you'd call a salted caramel.
No.
I think perhaps an improvement might be a darker egg with a salted filling, but it's fairly pleasant.
I think I'd want to eat a lot more of one like that.
No, I mean the shell of this egg is very thick. I think I'm actually going to leave this little bit of last shell for later.
Oh, okay. So this is the Cadbury's cream egg.
I mean, this is the one that you will all recognise.
I'm sure everyone's had that
Cadbury's
one.
cream egg. I'm not quite sure when they were brought into production, but I certainly remember my next door neighbour giving them to us when we were very small children in the 1980s. This has a patterned shell, and you can actually just split it in half, I believe. Well, we can't. I believe wrong. Right, we've fairly decimated that.
These ones have not a chocolate filling at all, do they?
It's actually a fondant filling, and it's rather sweet because it's
a bit of a mess, isn't it?
It's a bit of a mess, but it has a white fondant outer bit and a bit of yellow in the middle.
So it actually looks quite a lot like an egg.
So it looks quite a lot like an egg inside. I mean, would you like to share a little bit of this bit with me, Paddy?
Yeah.
If I give you that,
okay.
and I'll have this, and we'll put this bigger bit around for later. I mean, smelling it smells incredibly sweet, but you instantly know what you're smelling. It's very much, you know, it's a Cadbury's cream egg.
I actually like that more than I remember. I was expecting it to be really mega sweet and over the top. But actually I like the texture of the fondant, the kind of slight graininess of the sugar in it.
It's very pleasant actually, isn't
Next to the chocolate is actually quite nice. I haven't had one of these for a long time, so...
And I don't know if it's because the fondant is so sweet, but the chocolate actually tastes less sweet than the Thornton's one.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you can kind of see why these have lasted so long, can't you? These Cadbury's cream eggs. Well, this is the one that inspired it all. It's a mousse filled egg.
These actually come with little spoons, don't they?
They actually come with spoons, and rather delightfully, it's made so that you can actually eat it rather like you might eat, you know, an egg with a boiled egg. So you take off the top, and I mean, we can just dig in like this.
Wow, that's
like
really quite a soft inside. How does that taste?
And the inside is a very sweet chocolate mousse.
Yeah, it's so sweet.
I mean, it is very sweet, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think this one's very definitely aimed at the children's market. Do you want to try a little bit of the chocolate?
Yeah, yeah. It seems like I don't know whether it's just thinner chocolate, but it seems a lot less bites involved in chewing it up, if that makes sense.
Yes, I think this one, out of the eggs we've tried so far, actually has the thinnest shell. I mean, I rather like it, but then I do quite like the concept.
And it actually comes in a kind of like a sort of pseudo egg box as well.
Yes, I mean it comes in this little purple egg box, and as you can see, we've got one left inside.
Don't know where the other ones went.
No, I don't know either. I left them in the fridge, and you know they disappeared. So to move on, we have.
That'd be hard to eat without the spoon, wouldn't it? I think
it would be hard to eat without the spoon, unless you just sort of ate it in one bite, which would be very uncivilised.
It would be very uncivilised.
We have the Galaxy Bobble. I mean, rather like the cream egg, it has a patterned egg, and it is again made in 2 halves, which we could split.
Oh, that breaks in half.
So this breaks in half very easily. I mean, it's slightly disconcertingly.
Looks like a brain a bit, doesn't it?
I mean, there's a bit of discoloration in there, bit of possible oxidation. I'm not sure.
Looks a bit congealed in a way, doesn't it?
And it smells again slightly stale. I'm going to cut one of these halves in halves so we can each try a little bit.
Is that a soft filling or a sort of?
Well, it seems to be rather like a whisper bar. Which bit would you like, Paddy?
This will do. Yeah, so that is actually you couldn't eat that with
no,
a spoon.
very much not. No,
that's pretty solid.
That's very cloying, I find.
Was that a Galaxy one you said?
This is Galaxy. It does taste like Galaxy chocolate.
Galaxy is quite known for being quite thick and gloopy, isn't it?
Yeah.
A Galaxy chocolate.
I don't think I could eat very much of that.
It's kind of more cocoa-y in a way, I think, than the other one's. A bit more sort of salty and less over-sweet.
Yeah, I mean, there's a slight sharpness to it. Let me just try it again. But no, it's the cloyingness I don't like.
Yeah.
But you know, I can see that some people would find this a very, very pleasant egg.
Last egg already.
Not least, we have the Lindor egg, again, rather like the Thorntons. This is at the sort of slightly luxury end of the filled egg. This is another patterned egg. It actually says Lindt in the middle.
That looks like quite a solid filling again.
It is rather a solid filling. You
so
certainly
these
couldn't eat it with a little spoon.
Aren't much good either. Okay. It's slightly greasy actually. Melts.
Yes, I mean it smells very much like a Lindor chocolate.
Yeah, I recognise the taste of the Lindor chocolate. So.
Quite a sort of fatty smell, but very sweet.
I guess that's designed just to melt very quickly and release the flavours.
Yes, and I mean it does melt rather delightfully in the mouth and releases quite a lot of cocoa flavours. Fairly sweet again. But a very pleasant egg, I think.
Now the important question, which one would you say was your favourite out of these 5 different eggs we've tried?
Well, God, I may need to just try a couple of them again. I mean, the Lindor is a definite one. Where did we start? The Thornton's caramel again. I mean, I'm not a big fan on caramel, I have to admit. And actually, after the Lindor, it does taste, yes, just very sweet, really. The Cadbury's cream egg is always going to be a favourite, isn't it? I mean, I would say it is the Cadbury's and the Lindor. I would say the least favourite has to be the Galaxy. I found that quite unpleasant, really.
Just the kind of texture of
the texture and the taste. I mean, I don't think either is that special, really. You know, I know some people are very much Galaxy people, and to them it would be a pleasant egg.
That was the bubble, wasn't it? The Galaxy bubble.
Yes, the Galaxy bubble. Yes. But yeah, I mean, I would say this Lindor is my favourite.
Well, thanks very much, and thanks everyone for listening, and happy Easter if it's Easter when you watch this.
Thank you indeed. Thank
Bye.
you for sharing.
Thank you,
this with
Amanda.
me.